Ever dreamt of becoming the ultimate action hero? Today we're diving into the top 10 action games that let you channel your inner John Wick. From intense gunfights to breathtaking stunts, these games deliver the non-stop adrenaline rush you crave. Get ready to unleash your inner assassin and dominate the battlefield. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon 1-2. Step into the world of tactical warfare with Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon series, where you'll feel like John Wick leading an elite squad of soldiers. The first installment, released in 2001, set the standard for tactical shooters with its realistic gameplay and strategic depth. Players command their team through challenging missions that require careful planning and precise execution. Ghost Recon 2, launched in 2004, builds on its predecessor's success by introducing improved graphics, more dynamic environments, and enhanced squad controls. Both games emphasize teamwork and strategy, allowing you to experience the intensity of military operations just like John Wick would. Quantum Break.
It changed me too.
Prepare for a mind-bending journey with Quantum Break, a game that will make you feel like John Wick with time-bending abilities. Developed by Remedy Entertainment, Quantum Break features a unique gameplay mechanic where time itself is a weapon. Players step into the shoes of Jack Joyce, who must harness his newfound time manipulation abilities to thwart a sinister corporation's plans. The game is known for its cinematic storytelling, featuring live-action episodes that interweave with the gameplay to create an immersive experience. Stunning visuals, intense combat sequences, and a complex storyline make Quantum Break a standout title that pushes the boundaries of traditional action games. Payday 2.
Time to break a little back.
Though John Wick's profession is hitman and not heister, he appears in Payday 2 as a part of a cross-promotion to celebrate the release of John Wick Chapter 2. You get the Baba Yaga for free, as well as some free weapons and masks. If you want more, you could also buy the John Wick Heist Pack, which comes with 2 missions that expand the world of Payday into the John Wick universe, and even feature an appearance from the late Lance Reddick, who reprised his role as Karen. John Wick Hex. This literally has John Wick's name on it, so of course it counts, but it's also pretty fun and hones in on one theme of the films that few of the games in this list touch upon: time and running out of it. This tactical strategy game has time as a resource, with every action costing precious seconds as enemies approach to end you. You get a glimpse into Wick's analytical mind as you and your opponent's actions appear on a literal timeline, allowing you to plan your next moves accordingly, interrupting your foes to buy you the upper hand, or at least some breathing room. Ready or Not. Though Ready or Not simulates what it's like to be a cop rather than a hitman, there's a surprising amount of overlap, especially if you decide to play solo. There's a lot of similar tension when you're clearing rooms in a location potentially full of people trying to kill you. There are also non-combatants mixed into the fray, and you'll gain a new respect for Wick and the other hitmen in how good they are at never incurring collateral damage when they hunt, when trying to do the same yourself. Fights in tight spaces. Similar to John Wick Hex, this game is a slower, more strategic approach to stylish fights. Fights in tight spaces is less granular than Hex, being a turn-based roguelike card game similar to Slay the Spire. As the name implies, this game takes a more intimate scale to combat, putting you in close quarters and forcing you to make the most of your space as enemies pile on to end you. There's not much in the way of guns, but Wick is more than a shooter, being almost as proficient in hand-to-hand combat. Hotline Miami Series. In many ways, Hotline Miami levels play out a lot like a fight in John Wick. It starts quietly as you're into place and explodes into action when you get the drop on an enemy and start blasting. You might not have John's armor plot or tailored Kevlar, but when you get the ins and outs of a level, executing enemies with well or messily placed shots or stabs with Wick-like efficiency, there's a cinematic flow to it. Dishonored 2.
Someone there?
Let's go.
A murder-heavy high-chaos run of the Dishonored games already plays out like a steampunk John Wick with some magic, but if you want something more authentically Wickian, you can refuse the Outsider's mark. Doing so will lock you out of all the supernatural abilities in the game. From then on, especially if you choose to go loud, the game gets a lot harder. However, if you perfect your art into a ballet of blades and gunpowder much like John himself, you'll have a playthrough worthy of highlight reels and even nab yourself the rare Flesh and Steel achievement. Hitman Series. Though he spends more time as a target than working, an important facet of John Wick's character is his past as an assassin, something he shares with Agent 47. Something else they share is a skill for meticulous planning on the job. Since he spends most of the time on the run after the second film, and he was understandably hot-blooded in the first, we really only get to see him plan a hit knowing the layout of the place and planting backup arms for his exit in John Wick Chapter 2. The Hitman games are basically just that. You case the joint, put things in position so you can utilize them to end your target, and then leave. The only difference is that 47 isn't likely to be the victim of a double cross. So for the most part, the decision to go loud is up to you. Metal Gear Solid Series. The legendary Metal Gear Solid series is the game that truly defines stealth action, offering incredibly satisfying and unique gameplay. Unlike many other games, the combat is remarkably flexible, allowing for a variety of approaches to take down your enemies. You can set up traps, stun foes with tranquilizer darts, use smoke grenades to escape sticky situations, or go all guns blazing in true John Wick fashion. The seamless switch between stealthy tactics and all-out action is a hallmark of this series. I really miss this game, but luckily we'll be able to dive back into this iconic series with the newly announced Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Alright, this is the end of our list. Let me know which game do you think is the best, and definitely comment down any other title that you think deserves to be on this list. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, make sure to like and subscribe to see more content like this in the future.